Welcome back to another episode of What If here on the Fluid Creative. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking alternate realities in Gotham's history. What if Bruce Wayne publicly revealed he was Batman? Stick around as we unravel the chaos, drama, and consequences of Gotham's greatest secret being exposed. Picture this. Bruce Wayne, Gotham's billionaire philanthropist, steps onto a stage. Cameras flash, the world holds its breath, and he declares,
"My name is Bruce Wayne, and I am Batman."
The room explodes with chaos. Reporters scream questions, and social media ignites like wildfire. Gotham, no, the world, is forever changed. But what happens next? Let's explore how this revelation impacts Gotham, Bruce's allies, and the global stage. The first ripple hits Gotham's underworld. The Joker, hearing the news from inside Arkham, breaks into maniacal laughter.
"Oh, the fun we'll have now that the Bat has clipped his wings,"
he says. Villains like Scarecrow and Two-Face see opportunity, not just in attacking Batman physically, but in dismantling him psychologically. Street-level thugs realize that Batman's no longer an untouchable myth. He's a man with a home, a company, and loved ones. The Falcone and Maroni crime families quickly plan retaliations against Wayne Enterprises, viewing Bruce's wealth as a direct affront to their dominion over Gotham. Gotham's police see an uptick in retaliatory violence, as criminals grow bolder, emboldened by the mortal nature of their once terrifying adversary. At Wayne Enterprises, boardrooms become battlegrounds. Stock prices plummet as investors question the liability of being tied to a vigilante.
How can we trust a CEO who moonlights as a criminal?
One shareholder demands. Lawsuits flood in. A thug Batman, once beat senseless, claims excessive force and demands millions in damages. Activists question whether Bruce's fortune funded his vigilante activities, calling for an investigation into his finances. Contracts with Gotham's elite crumble as clients sever ties to avoid being associated with someone who punches criminals in alleyways. Meanwhile, LexCorp's Lex Luthor seizes the moment to launch a public smear campaign.
Do you want your city's infrastructure built by a man who could snap into a vigilante frenzy at any moment?
He asks in a slick TV ad. The personal toll, family, and friends. For Alfred, Bruce's revelation is a nightmare come true. The butler had always worried about Bruce's safety, but now the target painted on his master's back has grown exponentially. Wayne Manor is no longer a safe haven but a potential battleground. Dick Grayson, the first Robin and now Nightwing, feels betrayed.
"You always taught us that the mission came first,"
he says.
"But this isn't about the mission. This is about your ego."
Damian Wayne, Bruce's son and current Robin, takes the news differently.
"Let them come,"
he says, ever the League of Assassins heir. But his bravado masks a deep concern for their family's future. And then there's Barbara Gordon, formerly Batgirl and now Oracle. She warns Bruce of the cyber threats his announcement has unleashed.
"You've made yourself a target not just physically, but digitally. Gotham's criminals will stop at nothing to exploit this."
The public response, hero or menace. Gotham's citizens are divided. Some hail Bruce as a hero for his honesty and sacrifice. Others, particularly those who suffered collateral damage during his battles, see him as a menace. Protesters gather outside Wayne Enterprises, holding signs that read, "Batman, Savior or Tyrant?" Gotham's mayor demands an inquiry into how much Batman's actions have cost the city. Meanwhile, the federal government steps in, questioning whether Bruce's vigilantism constitutes domestic terrorism. The Department of Justice subpoenas him for information on his activities, while the military eyes his tech with interest, hoping to reverse engineer it for their own use. The psychological fallout. For Bruce himself, the unmasking is bittersweet. For the first time, he doesn't have to live a double life. But the cost is immense. He's lost the fear that kept criminals at bay, the mystique that made Batman more than a man. Without his secret identity, he's just a man in a suit, vulnerable in ways he's never been before. As he sits alone in the Batcave one night, Alfred approaches with a tray of tea.
"You've done what you always wanted, Master Wayne,"
Alfred says softly.
"You've shown Gotham who you truly are. The question is, was it worth it?"
Bruce looks at the bat signal, still shining brightly in the Gotham sky.
"Ask me again in a year."
He replies, "The decision to unmask is a double-edged sword. On one side, transparency and hope. On the other, vulnerability and chaos. In a city like Gotham, where shadows rule and fear is a weapon, Bruce Wayne's choice to reveal himself as Batman may be his most heroic act, or his gravest mistake." Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Gotham's alternate reality. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe to The Fluid Creative for more thought-provoking what-if scenarios. And remember, with great secrets comes great responsibility. Or was that another guy in tights? Stay vigilant, and we'll see you next time.